Before we get started, I just have a little bit of housekeeping. So to make sure that you're all informed of the latest going ons for our Engineerica clients and contacts. So this Thursday is our monthly keynote webinar. So that's going to be at 1 p.m. Eastern. This presentation is free to attend for any college or university employee. This month's speaker is going to be Dr. Rick Breik from Landmark College, who will be talking about leveraging working memory in learning centers. So if you would like to register for that, we are going to go ahead and paste that link in the chat here, and you can click on that and register. Again, that is free for any college or university employee. And Jorge, if you want to move on to the next slide. Awesome. So we also have our monthly Accudemia sessions, and this is for any Accudemia clients. These are held the second Tuesday of every month. So the next one is going to be on September 13th. During these sessions, we review a useful tech tip to help make your use of Accudemia easier. We answer any questions that you have about the system, and we feature an Accudemia user to share their experiences with you. So to join our next session, again, I am going to go ahead and put that link in the chat. And again, we hold those every second Tuesday of the month at 1 p.m. All right, so now we're going to get to the fun stuff. So some quick introductions first. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Rachel. I'm the client manager for Accudemia. So I am your go-to for implementation related and higher level questions. And I'm also going to be your MC for today. Our awesome support specialists are here, Nick Armstrong and Jorge Rodriguez. They are going to show you the updates that will shortly be released for Accudemia. I do want to mention how we decided these updates. They were not just pulled out of a hat. We sent a survey to our users a few months ago. So if this is something you want to be able to help us develop in the future, definitely pay attention to your email. We always make an announcement when we are soliciting feedback on that. So we send these surveys out asking what you all want to see in the next update, and we take those from suggestions we've received from users directly. We take them from user voice, our academia.uservoice.com website. So we get a lot of great ideas there. And so what we did was we created an improvement list based on user feedback, and the items we are releasing in this update were the ones that got the most votes. So we are very excited to share those with you today. So I am going to go ahead and Nick, I think I'm going to make you the presenter and hand you the reins. Oh, and now you're already the presenter. Okay, somebody else did it. All right, bye.
Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so just to kind of go over kind of the agenda of what we've got looking forward to in this update. There's about 4 improvements that we're going to be pushing out here shortly. You know, these are all, like Rachel said, from our user voices and the survey that we published from the review of those, and even the tickets that folks submit. So the first one, we have some accessibility improvements to help make the screen readers a little easier to kind of navigate through the system and just read everything in case you needed assistance with the website. So we've improved that. We've also added a student name card. We'll see what that looks like, having preferred pronouns, pronunciations, and everything. And we've also added some cross-semester analytics, so you'll see how that's easy to see right on your Accudemia homepage. And we're going to go through some new integration options in addition to the SAML that we already have. And if you stick around, our last thing that we're going to look at is a surprise in a future update. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, the first thing is the accessibility improvements. So a lot of folks were, you know, saying like in the light and dark mode, like sometimes some of the things go away. So we've actually reviewed both modes so that whether you're in light or dark, you can have all those accessibility things available to you. and just making it easier for screen readers to pick up on all those things. And the next thing is we've kind of improved the tabbing order. So a lot of times the tabs would go just kind of all over the place. So if you're used to using the keyboard shortcuts to navigate instead of like your mouse, those are going to make more sense. So things that are not active, it should skip over those. Like for instance, right here it says they're using when the semester ends as the reoccurrence. So it's not going to tab through these unnecessary items so that you can get to where you need to be a lot quicker. And I'm going to go ahead and show you that real quick in the system. So I'm going to bring over my test environment here. So in here, I wanted to just kind of give you an example. So if I go to center attendance, create new appointment, and let's say I'm creating a new appointment for a student, I can go ahead and just start typing things like if I know their ID number or name, and instead of clicking on them, here I'm actually going to undo that. So I can actually tab through and make these selections. So once I've selected that student, let's say I know that they're going to come in for online tutoring. So I just put in maybe a keyword and then I can tab through. It will actually read to me what each one of these items are. So we've got that working with the the software. And once I get to the area that I need, so I think it was this one, online tutoring. And same with this, maybe I don't know the course name, but if I tab through these, each one of these are going to be read by a screen reader. So I can tab through and it's only going to take me to the ones that are necessary. So I can hit enter and go to the next screen. And then same with pretty much all these screens. So if we go through, so they did take quite a lot of time. So it doesn't maybe seem like it's much, but going through the site so that all of these make sense when I'm selecting those. And once I find, okay, this is a good appointment time, I'm gonna go ahead and select it and confirm. And you can also use the mouse over effect. So that is another assistive reading technique. So there are alternative texts as well when you're going on these. So you're able to make that appointment. Okay. Next thing is a student's name badge. So this was actually requested several times through ticketing and the user voice and things like that. And basically it's a new tab that you're going to have for each of your users. You can choose to use it. You don't have to. So this will easily be disabled if you don't want to use that. There'll be a checkbox here for the user if you want to use it though. And it'll have, like I said, the preferred pronouns, the name, even like phonetic spelling, and even where you can upload a recording. Oops, I'm trying to tab over to the other. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to go back here. And to view that, we're going to go to Administration, User Accounts, where we can kind of see a list of our users here. And I have a few of these that already have their little name badge enabled. So you can see here I have Patrick and his pronouns as well as the phonetic spelling if you added that. And then we also have like any kind of notes that you might want to share on there. So let's go ahead and see what it looks like to add that to someone. So I'm going to look at my active students. And let's say I was working with Fred here. I would just click on their name badge and put in their, let's say he likes to go by Freddie. All right, and we put in his pronouns and then a phonetic spelling. Now, I'm not big into language, so I don't know how that would look. So normally what I do is I just look for, here it is, phonetic spelling generator. So this is pretty easy, little site. And pretty much at that point, I can just go ahead and type in the person's name, and then get that phonetic spelling. All right, so down here is my result. So I don't know how all that works, but I know that makes sense to people that use that spelling. And you can kind of see, it's got like whether it's a soft E or long I, those type of things. And finally, if I had a recording, I could go ahead and actually, you know what? Let's try to record one here. Freddie. Let's see.
Freddie.
Okay, so it did have it, but maybe I didn't like it, so I can remove it and redo it. Freddie? Yep, so I don't know if you guys could hear that, but I got it the way I wanted, so I'm good. If there's any other kind of notes I want to add, I can add them. Now, one thing is if you don't check this, you won't see the little card out there. So you definitely want to check that and save it. I've done that a few times where I accidentally forgot to check that. And but now that that's there, I can click on it and I can quickly see, some information about the student. And those are notes that you would see on the admin side. So anything that you wanted to kind of put in there, whether you're working with the student on certain things or, for other tutors or advisors to see. All right, so let me go ahead and go back to this. I'm going to go ahead and pass the presentation over to Jorge. Here we go. He's going to do the next ones.
I do want to say, I just want to mention, because some people might not be aware, that if you do have any questions, you can put those in the questions box as we go. And I do see that we have one question really quick. Do you want to take it now, or do you want to wait till the end?
Yeah, I see it there too. So yeah, I was saying, can the name badge be loaded, like in a batch? So as far as I know, right now we may not have those options, but it could be something that they add in the future. So I don't know if you guys have that as part of like your data feeds and everything like that. Then that would be something that could pull over, but I don't know if it's going to have it right out the gate.
Okay, so I think it's my turn. Thank you so much for joining us today. It's exciting times for Accudemia. As you know, we have been improving the system and adding new features. And everything is because of you most of the times, because you're providing the ideas when you meet with us and when you go to the user voice site and with the meetings that we have among the team in Engineerica. So the third feature that I would like to present to you is this new widget. You are already familiar with the widgets in Accudemia, because now your homepage, as you have noticed from the previous update, you can add widgets to the homepage, so you can make it really smart and you can see a lot of information. So now, if you notice right here, we have a new widget, which is a cross-semester analytics. Basically, if you can see right there, what it's going to allow is to show comparison information between two terms, where, for example, right there, if you see, you have the attendance information where you can compare how many visits you had, how many visitors, what was the total time. I would like to, before presenting this, go quickly and show you in Accudemia where you can find this, just in case you are new to the system. If you come to the administration control panel, you can go to this appearances and theme module you see right here, and then you can scope it, or remember, to the school or to the actual location, depending on how you want to show these widgets. In my case, I'm going to leave it at the school. If you go all the way down, this is where you find the widgets that you can add to the homepage. And if you notice from the list of widgets, there is a new one added right here, which is this cross-term comparison that you can see. Just for you to know, if you check here, you can see that this is only for administrator, because basically this is important information that can only be seen by administrators. And then again, you can put the order here. In my case, as you can see, I have selected number 10, so my new widget is going to be at the bottom of the homepage. So I would like to go quickly to the homepage, because I would like for you to see it in action. So if you notice down here, you have this new widget, and you can select between the chart mode and the table mode. So for example, right here, let's say that I want to compare my spring 2021 with my current spring 2022. So if you notice right there, I could hover over each one of these diagrams, and I can see, for example, that we had 29 visits last spring, and then we had 244, so a huge increase in the visits that we had for the term. And then you can see a lot of information like the total time of those visits. And then on the right, you can see appointments information. Like for example, one of the important ones, if you notice right here, which is really peculiar, we only had one virtual visit in the last semester, spring 2021, while we had 79 for this spring semester. So as you can see, it can give me a lot of information on how things are taking place in my center, like the amount of no-shows, how many appointments were avoided. There is a lot of information you can gather from these new widgets. So I really encourage you to take a look at it, enable it, and then have a feeling on how it works for you. And again, if you don't want to see the diagram and you prefer to see the numbers, you're more a number person, then you can see this in the table option right here. You can see the actual numbers for how many visits, visitors, average time, and then the appointment, how many cancel, the virtual ones, the non-virtual ones. So there's a lot of information you can gather from here. And remember that just by, and this depends on how many terms you have already. If you're new in academia, you'll have to wait until next term so you can do the comparison. But there's hundreds of schools which are already using the system, so this is going to be really valuable for them. And the other feature that I would like to discuss with you is going to be a really nice one, which is the integration that we have achieved between Accudemia and Canvas. Canvas is a system that a lot of schools use, and they have a single sign-on process integrated within Canvas. So now what you can do is that you can integrate Accudemia with Canvas single sign-on, and basically your users, instead of logging into Accudemia and using Accudemia's authentication, they can use Canvas authentication to log into Accudemia. And I would like to show you quickly how you can use that. I'm going to go quickly here to my Accudemia quickly so I can show you. If you go to administration control panel, it's going to be in the same spot where the single sign-on that was already existing in Accudemia, like SAML single sign-on, is going to be right there in the user account module. So if you go down all the way, you will see that besides the SAML single sign-on, you have a new section for Canvas single sign-on. And how do you use that? It's really simple, actually. So I'm going to go here quickly. You see in Accudemia, you're going to be having this key that you see right here. The key that you're going to be shown in Accudemia, basically, you're going to hand over the key to Canvas single sign-on, and then Canvas is going to give you a secret key that is going to allow your users to connect to Canvas single sign-on, and then use the credential, the password, and the ID that they already have in Canvas. So basically, this is the diagram on how you would do the connection. I don't want to go into the details, but basically, what you see on the left is the Canvas instance, and what you see on the right is your configuration in Accudemia. So basically, you will tell Accudemia what is your Canvas instance, and then what is the key or the secret code that Canvas and Accudemia are going to be using to link the users. And basically, you will just use the same users you have already in Canvas, and then make sure that you have the information for alternate ID for that user. Basically, what Canvas is going to be sending Accudemia is a unique ID that Accudemia is going to compare in the database, and then your users won't need to remember a new password or a new ID. They will just go to Canvas, authenticate, and then they will come back from Canvas to Accudemia with all the credentials already set. This is really nice. We have been asked many times about this integration. So now you have SAML2 type of integration for single sign-on and Canvas single sign-on to be used with Accudemia. These are the two features. Now I would like to pass it along to my dear friend Nick, which has a really big surprise for you that is coming next in the near future. So Nick, it's all yours.
Let me get caught back up. Okay, so you guys can see this, right? So in a future update, what do we have planned? And without further ado, dun, 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 we have a new student-facing app for Accudemia. So, you know, I know there's a lot of questions about this. So, you know, some of the ones that we kind of anticipated are, will we have access to this update? I know we had published the homepage update, and it was limited access depending on the type of account you have. And to answer that, this will be kind of a free update to the software. So if you use Accudemia, then you'll have access to this. So there's not going to be based on like that level of license there. Another question that we anticipated is, can you show me the app? Because a lot of people want to see that. And at first we only have some like conceptual drawings, but I think in the hours leading up to this, we actually did get something put together. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to the next slide, and we should have a little video here. Okay, so that was pretty much that video. Now, I know it might have been quick. We do have this recorded. I know one of the questions was, will we have this recorded? And we will have that available after the presentation. So we should be sending that out. And Rachel, if you want to, I guess, wrap everything up. Did we get to all the questions and the...
We do have one question that came in from Kelly. She asks, is the name badge option currently available in Accu? I do not see the option.
No, it's going to be coming out soon, though. We're, I think, publishing the update here shortly. So as soon as that's available, we'll also put an announcement on the app itself. So when you see like the little megaphone announcement in the top right, you'll have like maybe the number 1 next to it, and you should be able to check it out then.
Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm just putting in the chat our email addresses. You can email myself or support with any questions that you have regarding these upcoming updates. And we hope that you enjoy them. We hope that today was very informative for you all. We had some good questions coming in, and we want to thank you all for attending today. Again, if you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out at any time. And with that said, and we will be sending out this recording so you can review these later on if you'd like. With that said, we hope you all have a really great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.